Hello everyone, and welcome to round 1 of the Legacy Daily with Jeskai Pyromancer. We won the die roll. Let's take a look. Alright, well his hand doesn't do a lot of anything, but we do get to see what he's working with. Got a Spell Pierce in case he's a combo deck, and a couple dig spells, so I guess we'll keep. I don't normally like to burn probes, but since we do have the young Pyromancer to get value out of it, but since we do have the Spell Pierce, if he's a weird combo deck, I do want to know if I should hold up this Spell Pierce or not. And based on his hand, you know, if I don't need to hold the Spell Pierce up, I can just go ahead and fetch and cast the Ponder. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and start off with this probe here just to make sure. Let's see what we're playing against. Ooh, Sneaky Show. Alright, so this is actually kind of interesting. So now that I know he's kept a one-lander, I think that I want to just Spell Pierce his Ponder. And it's a little aggressive, I'm not going to lie. But maybe that's bad now that I think about it. But you know, once he ponders, if he hits a land or two, he's going to be able to, you know, just really start to get the ball rolling. So I don't know. This could be wrong, but you know, we have a bunch of draw spells. Hopefully, find some more counter magic. I doubt he's going to force this, but he might. Probably drew another land. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cast this Brainstorm. This Swords of Plowshares will be useless, as will be this Lightning Bolt. Now, if he drew a 2-mana land in the top 2 draws, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So, I'm going to go ahead and ponder here, try to find a Force of Will. That is not it. We'll just shuffle them away. Next turn, we can Treasure Cruise and then Brainstorm, which is kind of good. Him drawing a Brainstorm is a little gross, but not as gross as a 2-mana land, because then he would just jam Show and Tell, put in either Emrakul or Gristlebrand, and we're pretty soft to both. Game 1, this matchup is not great. I'm not going to lie, we have a bunch of dead cards. That's one of the downsides to playing a young Pyromancer deck in general, is that you usually have a lot of dead cards in your deck. Well, he Brainstorm locked himself, so that's great. Okay, well we can Treasure Cruise and Stoneforge Mystic. So I think we'll do that. We'll Treasure Cruise first. Just get rid of the whole graveyard since we don't have anything else that matters. He might force it. Okay, well he just conceded because he's Brainstorm locked, which is completely fair. I don't know if he was going to be able to get out of it. Plus we still have this Brainstorm and yada yada. So luckily he bricked off on his Brainstorm, but now we get to bring in Blue Blast, Therapy, Meddling Mage. I like Wear and Tear too because of Defense Grid, as well as the potential for something like Leyline of Sanctity, or we could just hit his we can hit his stupid sneak attacks when he taps out for it. So what I like to do in these matchups is side out all my removal and all of my Stoneforge package. I guess we can leave in 2 Stoneforges and a Batterskull since we don't need the Nihilus Bubble-Bombs in this matchup. And basically just 2 Stoneforge and a Batterskull as a small clock, and we can potentially just sack the Stoneforge to the Therapy. And we are a little lighter on win conditions, but we're going to make the game go a lot longer with our Therapies, and hopefully we just draw that in conjunction with Pyromancer and just rip his hand apart. Alright, we're going to keep this one on the draw. It's not a bad hand. I could definitely see us getting beaten this game, but well, we did draw another Therapy. I think I'm going to go ahead and blind cast Therapy here and just hope that If he brainstorms in response, which I'm pretty sure he's going to do if he has a good hand. Now here's actually just like the poison game from Princess Bride. So I can overthink things and be like, okay, well, if he had a brainstorm, he would have cast it. But, you know, this guy is a good enough player where he could potentially just not, or he could have the brainstorm and then not cast it and hope I don't name it. You know, he could have a hand that's just a turn 2 combo. So I think since I can't just die to turn 2 combo, I'm just going to say show and tell. Just hope he had nothing. Alright, well, he's got a bunch of stuff, but nothing I could have hit. Alright, well, probably not going to cast the Young Pyromancer until turn 3. That way we can cast the Pyromancer, the Therapy. Ooh, actually, now I actually can Therapy right now, since he has 2 Spell Pierces, so maybe that's not good. This is a tough turn. So I can go ahead and cast Young Pyromancer, but then he can just untap Pyroclasm. I can Therapy him now, let him Spell Pierce it, and then next turn I can go Young Pyromancer, and then he can Force. So I can just I think I'm just gonna hardcast this Cabal Therapy. If he lets it resolve, which he won't, he'll Spell Pierce this one. That's fine. We're going to play the Tarn and pass. Now, if his first few draws were show and tell fatty, then we're going to be in a little bit of trouble because he still has Force and Spell Pierce. So, alright, we're doing okay. I'm not going to cast the Brainstorm because I want to be able to trigger the Young Pyromancer with it. So, we'll start with Young Pyromancer. And if he forces it, it's a little bad for us. But if he doesn't force it, we can get his hand. Well, he pitched the Spell Pierce. So now we know that his hand is Lotus Petal and Spell Pierce. And I can force back here, pitching the Treasure Cruise, cast the Brainstorm, and then get his Pyroclasm. Or I can just hold the Force for a turn or two from now, but I think I just want to go ahead and get his entire hand while I can. So we'll just get Tundra. I'm just going to go ahead and force this, pitching Treasure Cruise. It kind of sucks because that Treasure Cruise obviously very good Young Pyromancer. Alright, well, we'll cast the Brainstorm to get a token, which will let us trigger off the next 2 Cabal Therapies. Oh, great. Well, just Mono Perfects. Alright, so let's flash back. First we'll name Pyroclasm, that way we can make sure that, you know, we don't get hit by that. If he had Sneak Attack, he would have cast it. We can see what his other card is, though. But we get the Pyroclasm out of his hand to make sure that we don't get hit by that. And I think we can probably wait on taking either Lotus Petal or Force of Will. Actually, no, I'm just going to go ahead and hit his Force of Will because I want to be able to resolve. Oh, no, we can't resolve Treasure Cruise next turn. Oh, yes, we can. We can just pay 4 for it. So, yeah. Because we have a fetch land on top, we'll go fetch, hardcast Treasure Cruise. Just go ahead and get the Force out of his hand. Now he's just left with Lotus Petal, and not a lot. And we don't even have to cast the Force of Will. Oh, did he draw Pyroclasm? Alright, well, I guess we'll just force it and hope that these tokens are enough to get the job done. We do have a land on top, which I'm fine with. The wear and tear is not going to do much here, so we're just going to battle for 4. Now, it's a little dangerous for me to use that Force of Will to, you know, just to get rid of the Pyroclasm, or to stop it, rather. But I think that it's worth it. Since, you know, we get to keep this pressure on him. We'll cast this Brainstorm. Hopefully hit something good. Alright, well, we'll keep it like this. I'm playing a little too fast. I probably should have tapped the... Alright, well, we'll go ahead and take the Cabal Therapy to make sure everything is clear. We'll go ahead and take his Lotus Petal to start. And then he should be mostly dead, because even if he has something else in hand, we can take that. And then he can't even cast Sneak Attack if he has it. And we get his Gristlebrand too, so that's good. Alright, well, he's got no hand. He can still draw Pyroclasm to buy himself some time, and we just have a fetch line on top from our Ponder. But if he doesn't draw it, we've already gotten through 2. Okay, well, he just decided to pack it in, which is fine with me. Alright guys, well, that is round 1 with Jeskai Pyromancer, and as you can see, I very much enjoy playing sideboard games with this deck because the interaction with Cabal Therapy and Young Pyromancer is super gross against combo. It gives you another axis of attack that I really like. Alongside Meddling Mage, it can just lock a lot of combo players out of the game. But that was round 1. We'll be right back for round 2.